Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today I am out here in the garden. Like I always say, where else would I be but in the garden here, guys? Now, every morning, evening, even sometime at night, guess where I'm at? I am out here in the garden, guys. And so today I am here getting ready to plant some okra. Now, I told you all I was getting ready to prepare this bed right here, but I don't think I have given away what it was that I was going to be planting in this bed right here. But I think I am going to go ahead and reveal what it is I am getting ready to plant. Are you ready for it? So, of course, there is some okra out there. Yes, that is what I am getting ready to plant, is okra in this area right here. Now, as you all can see, I've already planted some okra. Been about 3 days ago. And like I tell my wife, hey, you know what? I have to take the people along with me planting the okras, guys. And so that is what I am here to do today. Now, this variety of okra that we are getting ready to plant is the heavy hitter okra, guys. Now, this is my first time planting this particular variety right here, and we just want to see what they're going to do for us throughout this hot summer heat that we will be getting, because I believe this summer is going to be hot. But these okras right here, like I said, they've been out 3 days now, and the growth on them since I've planted them is looking really, really good. Now, we know okras are one of those plants that love heat. Even while most of your plants in the garden are struggling, guess what? Okras are still producing for you. And so that is one of the reasons why we love okras here so much on the homestead, guys. Not only for us, but also to some of our okra eating people out there that love okras. Okay, so we're going to actually go ahead and see what this heavy hitter do for us, guys. What I actually went ahead and did with these particular plant right here, of course, like you all know, before we plant our okras, we like to soak our seeds at least for about 24 to 48 hours. After 48 hours, you will start to see those okras start to peep out those little white eyes, which is pretty much roots, guys, that are coming out. And that is what we went ahead and did. And I think we have right at about 95, I'm gonna say 95% germination rate. Okay, now this variety of okra, guys, where we got it from was Baker Creek. I believe we got right at about 18 or so seeds. I can't quite remember, in a pack. And it was, I won't say expensive, but for the amount of seeds, it was a little pricey. That's not a problem, because guess what? I am going to be planting these okras here on the homestead, guys, and multiply 18 seeds. One plant will give me how many seeds, guys? Now, you all know that that is one of the things that we love to do here as well, is to save seeds on the homestead, guys. And that is what we are also going to go ahead and do. So now what we're going to go ahead and do, guys, is pretty much take these seeds out of these cells right here. Now, what I went ahead and did is I pretty much didn't water them so they can be a little bit dry. That way, once I get ready to take them out of this cell right here, it will be pretty easy, guys. Usually when these cells are a bit wet, your seed start is a bit hard to come out. So, I kind of held off on the watering for today. All right, but so far I am liking what I am getting from these okras as far as germination and also the growth, guys. Okay, what I actually went ahead and did, because I know it was going to be a bit kind of a holdover for me with this bed, that is why I start these okras in the container. Now, that is not really my preference to do that, but guys, sometime as a gardener, you have to do what it is that you have to do. Okay? And
So when you
so,
said it was a bit of a holdover, you mean it was something in this bed taking up the space, and you knew you had to go through a process
yes.
processing this bed, so it was going to take some time.
Right.
You
And
didn't want to hold up the process for the okra.
for the okras, because you could put them in here and it can take a little bit of time for these okras to get to size where you want them. And so that is why I planted them in this pot. So now they're at this size and it won't take too long for them to get established in the ground, guys. Okay? And so what I'm going to go ahead and do, I am also going to come on in and water them, which we're supposed to be expecting a little bit of rain today. Sometimes the weatherman is right and sometimes the weatherman is wrong. But I still will come on out if nothing happens today and water up all these plants down here, guys. All right. So now that we have our seeds out of the trays, whoops, oh, and I just dropped one. But it's all right. We're going to stick them in anyway and see what it do for us. All right. Don't want to pull on that. Okay, and so that is it. Yep, and that is it right there. Now, these okra plants, what I'm doing as far as planting, I am actually planting them out 18 inches, guys. All right, so we want to go right at about 18 inches with these okra plants. And this soil is just real nice and fluffy. And that is what you want for these okra roots to go ahead and get established into the soil, guys. All right. Okay, guys. So right now we're just planting out. And so far, I think they're gonna do pretty good. Guys, let's let me move these on out the way. Now, as y'all know, that what I like to do, and I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do right now. So y'all know we like to lay out whatever it is that we're going to be planting. What that does is it makes it more efficient while you are planting. Okay, it makes it goes by a bit faster, especially when you have quite a bit that you have to plant here in the garden. You have to make sure you pretty much use your time wisely, guys. All right, put that. Yes, we're gonna put them in. We're gonna no okra get left behind. We're gonna plant them. Okay, got to make sure that we get our money worth out of these seeds, guys. All right. Okay, so what I'm doing is just pretty much just laying these okras in. And what I've noticed from planting okras down here at the bottom garden is they really love this sandy loam soil, guys. And the reason why I said that is the roots from the ones that I actually pull out of the garden is about that long and I say about that wide. Now that is a good thing, and I guess that's why those okras grow like they did and produce like they did. Okay, now if you notice, I am not actually putting any fertilizers in the hole with these okras, guys, because this bed have already been amended. It has already been fertilized and everything like that. But what I will do, and that is also one of the things that you can pay attention to in your garden, whenever your plants actually need certain nutrients or minerals or whatever, it will give you signs, guys. Now, if the leaves on this, on these okra here starting to turn yellow, and we know that they're still growing strong, we know that it's not, the roots are not waterlogged. It's simply, especially if you know you're not giving them enough water and the leaves starting to turn yellow and not looking so healthy, then you can give it a little bit of nitrogen just to give them a bit of a boost. All right. And so what I'm actually doing with these other one on this side right here, I am kind of, what's that word? Staggering, yes. I am kind of staggering them. So I'm not putting one directly right here. I'm going to actually put it right in the middle of the of these two plant right here. So just like that, just staggering them as I go. All right. And even this one right here, guys, that is not looking the best. Sometimes these ones right here turn out to be the best plants. The ones that look the worst, they look like they've been stunted. They sometimes turn out to be the best plants. So if you're planting, sometimes don't give up on that plant. Still put it in, especially if you have the space for it. Just go ahead and put it in a hole somewhere. Let it just go ahead and grow. All right. All right. We're just planting away, planting away. And that's why you see you always want to go ahead and work that soil and plant your seedling. All right. And another thing also, what you're going to also need to come in and do as you water these plants and as the rain fall, okay, these are just a little bit of tip that I want you all to note. As you water these plants and as the rain fall on them, what tend to happen at time, your soil will be compact around the base of your plant, just like this right here. Okay, this is one of the things I want you to note, guys. If you notice how this soil is compacted from the rain that we have about a day or so ago, it is real compacted, right? That's the same thing that will happen around the base of your okra plant or whatever other crop that you plant in your garden. What you want to go ahead and do, always want to come on in and aerate around the base of your plant, at least until that plants get real established in the soil. All right. Simple reason why, like I always say, your soil need oxygen also to grow, guys. Those roots need oxygen. And with the dirt being hard like this, what happened? There is no oxygen getting down to the roots, and it will suffocate your plant, so to speak. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Most of the time, if you have a raised bed and you have real nice, loose, fluffy soil, you don't really necessarily have to worry about that. But with growing out here in the dirt, guys, these are things that I have to come on in sometime, even once a week, especially if we have rain or just from even watering. I have to come on in and aerate around the root of these plants. Okay, but so far, hey, all the okras are planted out.
You got one more.
Oh yes, I do have one more. Yep, the one that fell. All right, look at that. And that's a pretty nice root system right there, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and drop them in. Now what I'm going to have to do, look at that, a little old turnip. Yep, so what I'm going to have to do is come on in and pretty much water this one right here. Got to be careful not to mush the roots too much. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull that back out. I had a couple of big pieces fell down in there. Make sure that soil is real nice and loose. Okay, and just pull that dirt back just like that, and go ahead and that is it. Just a little firm. You want to put a little firm so that root can go ahead and make contact back with the soil. Now you want to water that in because you don't want those roots to dry out down there in the dirt. Okay guys, and so that is pretty much it for planting the okras. Now one of the things that I went ahead and did with these okras here, keep in mind, I believe we have 3 different varieties of okras that we are planting here on the homestead as well. And what I pretty much went ahead and did is I have a batch plant down here at the bottom garden, and I also have another batch up at the top garden and another batch over by the orchard, guys. Now the reason for that is why I have them spaced out so far. Of course, if you all do know that we have a seed store on the bottom of our link, you can check that out. And so we plant them that distance to keep them from being cross-pollinated. Okay, so that is pretty much it right there, guys. Just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for coming along with us planting okras today. Now as time goes on, we're going to see what these okras here do for us. And what I'm probably going to do, because you do know that I like to come on in and prune my okra plants, I will still be pruning the okra plants. But as far as pictures that I see with this heavy hitter, they pretty much just having it doing its own thing. I'm still going to come on in and prune maybe 1 row, leave 1 row, just to see a comparison to see what we will get out of the ones that we prune and the ones that we don't prune. All right, guys. Just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. But before I go, guys, one thing I am going to tell you is whatever it is that the Father put on your spirit to do, stay motivated. Remember who put it on your spirit. It was not man, but the Father up above. Who do you rather to obey, man or the Most High? I can tell you, obey the Most High, okay? With all this right here, guys, yes, it is a lot of work. And when I need some strength, guess who I call on? The Most High. Because every time when I call on him, and even some of my brothers I call on, but when I call on the Most High, guess what? He is always there to give me the strength to bring forth all this to you guys so y'all can be a better gardener, a better grower. But like I said, remember, whatever it is that you do, put him first in your life, no matter what the circumstances. Put him first. All right. So, we'll get into it a little bit more, but not today. But put him first in whatever you do. Don't let nothing, I'll say it again, don't let nothing discourage you from doing whatever it is that you set out to do, or whatever you think the Most High may put on your heart, the Spirit may put on your heart to do. Don't let nothing discourage you, okay? Thank each and every one of you all, my subscriber, for the motivational words to just keep on doing what it is that I am doing. When I started this channel, guys, of course I am wrapping up, but when I started this channel, it was not to come on YouTube and to be a YouTube star. To be honest with you, I could care less about that. But it was after so many people would come and ask me question about gardening tips, how you do this, how you do that. Then, you know what? It was just a light bulb went off. I had a couple of brothers, my elders. I asked them, hey, what you think about starting a YouTube channel, doing this and doing that? And they said, go ahead. And that is why I am here today, guys, to bring forth these videos to you. So it's not for I to become famous. I can care less. I'm gonna let you know straight up. I can care less, okay? This is not for me. This is for each and every one of you all right now that is watching, because this right here is getting back to what we used to do before we become a part of this microwave society. Get back outside, like I said. Start growing your own food. I said it before, I haven't said it much, but there will come a time when these skills is going to be the skills for your survival. It's going to come a time, and that time is near, whether we all know it or not. So get outside, put something in the ground. Don't care what it is, like I always say, all right? It's a little bit more I can touch on, but like I said, I am closing out. But I want each and every one of y'all to be motivated, be blessed, put Christ first in whatever it is that you do, because the enemy will come in at times to discourage you. But when you know where your feet is planted at, just like this okra plant right here, it is planted in good soil, fertile soil, okay? So when it's ready and start to grow, guess what? It will not be lacking of the nutrient that it needs to explode. So that's why my foundation is planted on Christ. So guess what? It doesn't matter what the enemy may throw this way, throw that way. My feet is planted in fertile soil, and that is Christ, and through the Most High and the Holy Spirit. I'm telling you guys, hey, all praises be to the Most High. Nonetheless, you all have a blessed day. You be blessed, you be happy. Keep a smile on your face. Okay? Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there, guys. Have a blessed day. All praises.